Hi subscribers and welcome back to the channel. My name's Dominic James Murray, CEO and founder here at Cameron James. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing what is the difference between a Lamborghini and your final salary defined benefit pension. Okay, so to start off with, I would say the difference between the two is your Lamborghini, if you're lucky enough to have one, is a highly specialized vehicle which needs a high amount of ongoing work and servicing in order to not only maintain the vehicle, but also ensure that any future sale value of that vehicle is also maintained. A defined benefit pension is also another valuable asset that you have. It needs a high amount of ongoing work. The initial and ongoing advice for final salary pension schemes is extremely difficult, and on an ongoing basis, it needs correct management to ensure that it stays in line and provides you with an income for the rest of your life. As such, both of these assets, I would say, are rather difficult assets that need to be managed correctly. However, when it comes to retail clients, anybody who has a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a Bugatti, whatever type of luxury sports car someone may have, when they take it to the garage, I would doubt that any of these people who own a Lamborghini would question or do anything at the garage other than the advice of the dealership or of the mechanic, who is a specialist, who is trained in order to deal and work with cars. Can you go online and watch a video of how to fix a Lamborghini? Can you go and read documents all about every single part of a Lamborghini? Yes, you can. Does that mean that you'd work on your Lamborghini? No, you wouldn't. You would be extremely scared to work on your Lamborghini because you'd be worried that when you drive out, you've done something wrong, the car will break, you will lose tens or hundreds of thousands of pounds in terms of resale value if you break or damage the car. In fact, people even like to have the stamp in their book to show that they've been to the Lamborghini garage and it's been correctly managed. Why? Because someone else is going to buy that asset potentially from you at another point in time, or clients just want to make sure they're maintaining it and following the correct advice from Lamborghini. So what I can't understand is why, when clients have a significant DB pension asset, maybe $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, why they suddenly think, because they've read some stuff online, and no disrespect to clients, typically speaking, majority of clients will not have had a financial background for a career. If they've been a Forex or equity trader at Morgan Stanley for 25 years and they're interested in managing a pot themselves, there's potentially some rationale there. But for most layman clients, you do not have the understanding to manage $1 million or a £2 million pension asset. You can go and watch videos online like mine. You can go and read articles and blogs about portfolio allocation, when you should sell, when you should buy, diversification, etc. I don't believe any of that. A bit of reading for a month or two online gives you the ability to manage a pension pot which is extremely valuable for you. If somebody was going to come and buy that pension pot from you and you'd gone around messing around in it, buying funds, selling funds, buying at the worst time in the market, selling at the worst time in the market, the next person buying that pension from you would say, oh God, no, you've been completely messing around inside that. There's not a clean track record with this pension. I'm not going to buy it from you. Obviously that doesn't exist, but you have to keep that pension forever. When you go back to the Lamborghini example, why don't people treat their pension assets as important as their cars or their valuable assets? The same as your home. If you need to have a conservatory built, you don't watch a YouTube video and decide you're going to go and build your own conservatory. You bring in a specialist. You might not want to pay 5, 10, 15, 25, 30 grand for a conservatory extension, but you'll pay it because you don't want to ruin your house. So I don't understand why people think they will then be better at managing their pension themselves rather than someone who is a paid professional in order to do it. So I think you can see the point that I'm making here, and it's just a little bit confusing for us as financial advisors why so many people think they can be a DIY investor on such a large and significant asset. We've had a number of clients, even at the start of 2022, who have showed the typical reasons why retail clients should never manage their own money. So some clients' transfers were completing. We had the Ukraine crisis with Russia, and clients say, oh, I'm scared now. I don't want to invest into the market. Can we please wait? To which my obvious response is, it's your money. We will never tell you. You always decide what to do with your money. We only advise you. However, my advice is, what are you waiting for? Oh, well, for things to settle down and calm down. Okay, so what you mean by that is you're waiting for things to settle down, the markets to jump up by 10%, and then at that point, you'll say, great, now's a good time to invest in the market. Well, you've just lost 10%. because you weren't in the market before it bounced back. And similarly, in 2020, March and April time, when we had the pandemic, the amount of clients at Cameron James who sent emails saying, oh, I wish to consider selling down some of my portfolio, I did not allow one single client at Cameron James to sell down by advising on an email that it was strictly against my advice to sell down. Every single client got to January 2021 with a higher portfolio value than January 2020, apart from clients who had obviously completed withdrawals on their accounts. So again, it just goes to show retail investors managing your own money, it is almost impossible to remove the emotion. If your £2 million pension pot drops by 2% in a day, which happens all the time in the markets, or it can go up by 2% a day, that's £40,000. You sit and say, I've lost £40,000. This is ridiculous. I need to sell out. And then you sell down at 98%. The market goes back up by 4%. Then you decide to buy in. What have you done? You've created portfolio suicide. You've sold on the volatility and then bought when the market has got confident again. And that is why you should always have an independent financial advisor, in my opinion, to manage any assets of yours which are valuable to you and meaningful to you. The only examples I could really give, as I mentioned earlier in this video, where it might be suitable, is if a client comes along and says, hi Dominic, I was a senior executive at JP Morgan for 25 years. I've actually been managing my own independent SIP around £1 million for the past 10 years. I've grown it from 600 to a million, 600,000 to 1 million. I'm really happy with market risk. I really understand how everything works. I appreciate this is a valuable asset, but I would potentially like to have more of an active involvement in the SIP with you and have more control over the investment decisions, or I may even wish for you to transfer the pension into my own independent SIP. However, that would really be on a case-by-case basis and is really the minority. Any clients that come through saying, oh, I'm super experienced, yeah, I've got some crypto and I've got this and I've got a £20,000 ISA, it's stocks and shares ISA, doesn't really cut it for investment experience to go and look after £500,000, £1 million or £2 million pension asset. Let me clarify, there's no rule from the FCA that says people can't manage their own pensions, but there's no rule from Lamborghini that says you can't go and work on your own Lamborghini, but no one would do it because it's absolute suicide. Guys, I hope this has been a valuable video just to give you a little bit of an understanding of where people's heads are at. Feel free to like this video below, subscribe on the big red button to let us know our content is valuable. And as always, if you want to have a chat with me, you can reach out to me directly via email, or you can book in below in the description. You can go to my WhatsApp link to have an informal conversation with me, and we can look to then get you booked in for your free initial consultation. Guys, that was my Lamborghini versus DB pension video. Look forward to speaking with you soon and hope you found this one valuable. Thank you.